Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode. I am Michael Petrow, and on the show for you this week is Martin Navarro, Jimmy Skinner, and myself debating the circus for you. We kick off the top of the show with our three-way review of Shang Chi. Fucking amazing film. Go see it. Super fun. If you're a big fan of Jackie Chan, this will speak to you in so many different ways. There is one scene that is a carbon copy. It's such an homage to so much Jackie Chan. It was so great. Anyways, that's the top of the show. And as we mentioned, circus. What are we doing with the circus? Well, I thought it would be fun to take all of the weird creatures and animals that we've seen over the years in moving pictures and make our own circus out of it. Because as I mentioned in the show, I have a family member who was in the circus, the Shrine Circus, so to speak. Don't scream at me, PETA people. I know they didn't do well by the animals, but whatever. Besides the point. So we decided we needed a ringleader. We went like old school traditional, right? Kind of like Dumbo. So we had a ringleader. We had like an animal act. We had some stunts, some high flying stuff. And as always, the three of us came up with some really fun shit for you. I can't wait for you to enjoy. So that's the debate for you this week, ladies and gentlemen. In the show notes, if this is your first time and after you're like, hey, I want to support these guys, check out the show notes. There's a couple ways to do that. You can donate or you can shop. We make it really easy. We make it even cheaper. So go check that out. We implore you to. But the easiest way to support us, if you really want to, it's free, it's cheap, it's easy, it's quick. You push that subscribe button. Boom. We're there. You can count on us to be there every Wednesday, pretty much every Wednesday. So that's it. Oh, the top 10 for you new people. For you old people, you can carry on into the theater unless you want to hang around and find out who the top 10 is this week. But for you new people, we like to celebrate all of the heavy lifting our listeners do for us. They say things to other people about us, good or bad, and they want to check us out. And we hope that we keep you. But without you, we would just be a bunch of fools. Probably are still a bunch of fools. But this, again, I'm all over the point, except I'm on the point. So the point is the top 10 this week. We have Rio Rancho, New Mexico coming in number 10. Baconia, Manitoba, Washington State or City. Niverville, Manitoba. Smithers, British Columbia. Vancouver, British Columbia. Concord, North Carolina. Boardman, California. And in the top 2 and 1 spot, Winnipeg, Manitoba, our hometown. Again, we love everybody that listens here. It's super cool that you do. Like, this is in the basement of my house, and this is with all our group, all these idiots, all these good friends. And so when we see you enjoying it makes us happy. So, and if you want to hear other shit, if something we do is like stupid, you want to say it in a nice way, I'm more than happy to hear that email, read that email, read that voicemail. So if you want to send us something, therealdebaters@gmail.com. All the spelling for all of this is REEL. I have said too much. I've already taken up enough of your precious time. You've probably already skipped. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you 113. I will cue the reel, and you enjoy the show.
Let's tidy up this tangle of film by putting it on a reel. Here is a motion picture film, 1,000 feet, 16,000 separate photographs.
Welcome, everybody, to the official debate section of the chart.
What's the truth? You can't handle the truth.
Sir, you're out of order. Out of order. I show you out of order.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode. Welcome to another Real Debaters production. I am Michael Petrow.
I'm Jimmy Skinner.
And who's in Vancouver?
Walter White.
It said Andre on your screen, and I thought that someone Zoom bombed us.
Because I had a family Zoom thing.
Okay.
And they don't know me as Martin. They know me as my middle name Andre because there was 2 Martins growing up. And
I didn't even know your middle name until today.
Me either. So your acronym is just MAN?
Yeah, but I'm a child.
M.A.N. That's the title of a show that Martin would be in. The Man
Emotionally,
Show.
I'm forever 12.
They just call him Man.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, we got a lot for you today. Surprisingly, even though we're 2 provinces between us, between Martin, Jimmy, and myself, we all managed to go see the same movie. And as per a previous episode where I told you I tried to go see a movie and ended up buying the wrong tickets for the wrong movie and arguing with people in the middle of the theater, which was embarrassing but fun. This time that didn't happen. I ended up seeing a movie with Jimmy. Martin saw it. So without further ado, our watch list is Shang Chi this week.
I gave you 10 years to live your life. Now you see me rise. And where did that get you? You walked in my shadow. I trained you. So the most dangerous people in the world couldn't kill you. Son, it's time for you to take your place by my side. You better watch out, 'cause it's my time. That's not going to happen. It's a new era, yes, I come alive. You can't outrun who you really are.
So, Martin, let's start with you, man, because you were the one who sold, I think, me and Jimmy on seeing because you saw it first. First impression.
Yeah. Really well done movie. I thought the acting was great. I really fell in love with a lot of the characters. The fight scenes were the fight choreography was amazing. A lot of the special effects are really cool. I want to go back to the actors. I was really in love with Awkwafina in this one, Jimmy. What did you think?
I thought
loved
she was
her acting in it.
absolutely perfect side character, and she pretty much just plays her character from Nora from Queens. Have you seen that?
My sister actually did the season 2 for Nora for Queens. She worked on it.
Right on. Well, it's a funny show. Like, it's a good show.
What
and
show,
I think
sorry?
she pretty much brings that over. Nora from Queens.
That's the name of the show?
Queens, yeah.
Okay, and she's in Shang Chi.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Awkwafina.
Oh, that's Awkwafina. Sorry, I had to
Yeah.
go turn off the movie in the background that would get us sued. So where did you? So Awkwafina. Okay, carry on, Martin. Sorry about that.
Oh no, I was just asking you about Awkwafina. And, I thought she was a really good addition to the Marvel universe. She plays that good, like Jimmy said, good side character, really funny, had some good jokes. How about that bus scene though? That bus
Yeah,
scene.
let's start there.
You know, I was telling Michael, it's like they saw nobody and took it to a whole nother level.
Our actor won't have a heart attack on set. Let's make this go fucking crazy. No, that bus scene, Martin, yeah, you're totally right. I think it was the perfect launch pad for a fight because I had heard everybody talking about you're going to see some Jackie Chan, you're going to see some Ip Man, you're going to see some fun choreography and fighting. And then when I looked over at Jimmy when he swung through the top rung, and I was like, oh, okay, we're in that. Well, I see where we're going here.
Well, it's fun. You didn't know you knew he was you didn't know for sure that he was a fighter until that's the first fight scene you see with him. So that was a good introduction. You're like, whoa, he just kicks this dude's ass out of nowhere, you know?
Yeah, no, I didn't. Did you know anything, Jimmy?
No, I didn't really know anything about it, too. I didn't read the comics or anything, so I wasn't too sure what we were going to get, and I very much enjoyed it. I thought... I was talking to Michael after the movie, and I said he has that style where it looks like he's getting his ass kicked while he's winning the fight.
Yeah.
It just looks so good, and it looks so natural. A lot of arm flailing, and it's very good.
I saw a lot of Drunken Master in his fighting style. He's falling over, flipping around, but somehow he's kicking ass as he's doing that. The scaffolding fight scene.
Yeah.
If we're let's start on fight scenes here because it's the best part of the movie. But when Awkwafina starts hanging off on that bamboo pole,
Yeah.
I immediately got Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon vibes. Even with the ant who was in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, that was lovely to see. But I think fight choreography really punched this up. I think without that, you would have lost a lot of people's interest. I don't know. Agree?
Well, you see a lot of the influence of kung fu movies because a lot of there's a certain part of them that plays more on the fantasy role. Like you said, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon kind of plays more on that fantasy role of martial arts, especially, and you see that in this in Shang-Chi. So, really good, really well done. I was a huge fan.
Yeah, and it doesn't usually have... it wasn't the same sense as a normal Marvel fight scene where it's just cut, 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 cut. It was just one... It felt like one solid moving fight.
They did a lot of tricks where you were outside of the fight moving around with the camera. You got to see it from multiple angles instead of you say where Cap throws a shot, it's cut to Thanos eating a hammer, and you're like, well, no, I want to see the 4 or 5 exchanges in between. You're totally right about that.
Yeah.
For not having seen Marvel for a while, like current Marvel, because I don't know, did you guys see Black Widow?
I did
I
not.
didn't see it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either. But
I'm waiting. It's coming out in October on Disney Plus. So.
yeah, there
Oh,
you go,
okay.
for free instead of
Yeah, why wouldn't I just wait?
$79.
Why wouldn't I just wait?
Wait, we'll watch it together. But what was seeing a new Marvel phase like in the theater, Martin?
Oh man, that's my first movie since my last movie was 1917, the Sam Mendes.
Jeez, so it's been a
movie.
while
In
for
January
you.
2020. That was my last movie.
Wow.
So just
That's a movie to
seeing
go
it,
off
and
on, though.
obviously,
Yeah.
the one thing that I did miss about it was the packed theater, because I
Yeah.
think with some of the scenes you get more of the laughter echoes and more of the applause echoes. I didn't see that this time around because, like I said, it's not a, with COVID rules you can't sell out the theater, right? So
No, you're totally right about that. We were
But it's still great.
we were kind of close to a lot of people. Like we were in a
Yeah.
more packed theater than I've been in. I've only been in 4 so far, but that
did
was
you guys watch regular or 3D?
IMAX.
IMAX.
Yeah, that's what I did too.
I treated my date. It was my turn to
It
pay.
was
I was like,
very
I'm gonna make
nice.
him feel like a $1 million tonight.
All he had to do was pick the right time. That's all I asked. And he did it.
I am a huge fan of the 7:10, 7:20, 7:30 timeline to see a movie.
Jeez. Zoe and I went to see Candyman, and it was like a 10:30 show.
Oh my god.
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
we stayed awake the whole time, and it was very good. There was not going to be any sleeping during that movie. I'll tell you.
I was thoroughly happy to be in, like, the Marvel movies. I feel are going to be the ones that bring us back to the theater. I think, the Tenet last year, that was one that could have done it.
Yeah.
But I think this Phase 4 with Marvel and what they're doing in that story, just flashing through my head, Martin, me and Jimmy love Trevor Slattery. What did you think of Trevor Slattery?
Oh God, Sir Benny Kingsley. Like, how do you? He's knighted. He's knighted. He was one of my favorite parts, if not my favorite part of the movie. Like, he came in at the right time with just the right amount of comic relief.
Yeah.
It was great. No, I haven't seen him since when did Iron Man 3 come out? That was like
Jeez, it's
10
been
years ago.
Years, yeah.
Yeah, 13
Cool.
years ago, maybe. And that ate so much crow. Like Kevin Feige whitewashing the Mandarin, who is a pivotal fucking character in the Marvel universe, and then doing this, but then at the end being like, well, no, he's actually not the Mandarin that you're thinking of, and then acknowledging that they did that,
Yeah.
and then bringing in the real Mandarin and having the right race behind it. Like, I was like, Kevin Feige, you can't do this twice, man. Like, and that was my fear. As soon as I saw that, I was like, what are they doing? But I think they knew that breaking the fourth wall and making fun of that bad decision
Yeah.
and using him for comic relief in this one, like him and Morris Martin, that little
Yeah.
fucking faceless animal.
The what is it? The chicken pig?
Yeah, I
It's a
don't know
big
what
one.
it is. It's like a fucking poof you put your feet on that like has a life. It
And it plays dead.
plays dead. But I said, I was like, that's like the Porg in
Yeah.
The Force
It's
Awakens,
got to be
right?
a cute little thing.
There has to
Yeah.
be a cute little thing to sell fucking toys. You can't sell toys without a cute little thing.
I'll buy one of those toys,
I'll
man.
buy, I'll buy a Morris.
I can't wait for that Lego to come out. You know? I'm buying that Lego for sure.
Shang Chi Lego.
What about let's see here. There were so many things. So the martial arts. I mean, just who's that?
Oh.
Oh,
Can I just say, like, I am in love with Wong even more now. Like Benedict
Yeah.
Wong
Oh, that
and
was
his
amazing.
character Wong and the whole thing,
I'm so
just because of his appearances in that.
like, are we spoiling things?
no, we are, but that's fine. We'll have a spoiler ahead. Of
okay.
this, so
Yeah.
it's all good.
Just do it at the top of the show.
I am so interested because it seems like Wong and Abomination are in cahoots. Like they were.
I have the
they
same
fixed
thought.
that
Mm.
fight, right? And so, how does Wong know Abomination, and why is Abomination just going along with this?
I'm interested to know that too.
Right? I need to know.
Um,
It was like a pro wrestling match. They're
Yeah.
fighting the cage.
Oh, it really was too.
I thought the same thing after I came out. I also thought his CGI was punched up too, like
Yeah.
compared to what he just looked like a necklace Hulk
Yeah.
in Hulk 3. Was he in? It was Hulk 3 he was in, right? Or 2?
Well, it was just Hulk. I think the Incredible Hulk, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the
Uh,
Edward Norton.
Edward Norton?
One. Edward
Yeah.
Norton one. Sorry, it's too much Hulk, too much Spider-Man.
Not enough Ang Lee.
I think that's the title of the episode. Unless a movie line does it better. But sorry, I got a text from Shauna. I lost my train of thought.
That's okay. No, I'm just super excited to see what they do.
That's
with it.
sorry.
And I
Yes,
haven't felt-
Abomination.
I haven't felt excited about another Marvel movie since like I don't know, it's been a while, and it's just
It
nice.
has.
Like this movie sucked
What?
me back in.
I haven't seen a Marvel movie since. What was the last one? Probably
Was it
was it
Spider-Man?
Endgame? Oh no, I guess Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Yeah, Spider-Man. The
Yeah.
Are we talking
Far From Home.
Marvel or Marvel Studios?
Just Marvel.
Just
movie.
Marvel movies.
So
Okay.
Spider-Man: Far From Home was the last thing I've seen.
Yeah, I think
I
me
like
too.
that, but
No, and it was good. But honestly, Shang Chi it brought me back in. I hate myself, but I'm back in. I'm done talking
just
shit.
when they think you're out, Jimmy, they pull you back in.
They got me. I'm excited for Blade. I'm excited to see what they do.
Dude, I'm excited for Eternals.
Yep.
Also, now
Eternals.
that this came out, I'm like, yeah,
Mike and I were
ready.
talking about Eternals, and from the trailer, it seems like it's going to be something a little more different than what we're used to with Marvel movies. So I think it might be.
I think they're gonna tie into a lot of history of the world, and then actually make it as part of this legend.
Yeah.
Probably explaining like Aztec or Mayan gods and stuff like that. These are them.
You're gonna see, I think, the Transformers play where Transformers have been here long before we were here.
Right.
Like the Marvels, the Eternals will be here. They've been here a lot longer than we've been here. They've been like they act like they're these guardians of a galaxy. Where have we seen that before? Where they're protecting things and kind of standing back, because they do make mention of it in that fucking trailer where they're like, "Why didn't you guys interfere?" And it's like, "Because we were told not to." And then that big nine-eyed thing comes up, and you're like, "What the fuck is that?" But yeah, these phases are outside of the realm of popular Marvel. I think now that Phase 1 is done, Phase 2 is done. I knew a lot of Phase 3, 4, all over the map, but I think we're now all going, okay, where can we go with this? Right? Like Shang Chi did things like the world they built. I felt it was very Black Panther. Am I the only one on that?
Well, then, yeah, in terms of like culture,
And world building.
highlighted Chinese culture for sure,
Yes.
and just like the way that they're like when they go into the mythic world, the way their animals look, like the way their dragons look, and the way the lions look. That's how they portray them in like ancient. If you look into like, ancient drawings of lions in Chinese history, that's what they look like.
Everything has a dragon in it. I love it. It was really like and I even said to Jimmy, I was like, I want one. Like I want to buy one and like have it around the house. And I want a miniature version of it. I want it to be genetically modified to be no bigger than 6 pounds.
Right.
And so I don't have, but like it looked like a Chinese New Year.
You want the dragon from Mulan, Eddie Murphy from Mulan.
Yes, that's actually Eddie Murphy from Mulan. But yeah, no, it's I was thoroughly invested in the world that I was watching in Shang-Chi. I felt that first 10-15 minutes was a little clunky, like they were trying to find their chemistry, because when you meet them and I don't know if they were playing awkward when you meet them in the beginning, but when they were sitting down with that couple talking about how they met each other,
Right.
and that was the movie giving us backstory on even the Shang Chi, like him making fun of her because she's American Chinese and he's Chinese, like it was he's an expat, like it was amazing. But I got really invested as soon as that fight scene happened. So Martin, you're totally right. Like that was for people who didn't know anything. That fight scene was like, oh, this guy has a secret, and his secret is kicking ass on the number 62. But
like I feel like as far as an origin story goes, it was pretty good because they did what Spider-Man did, and they started it where he's already what he is, and then they show you how it happened, kind of thing.
yeah, no,
And
definitely.
I think that was the right way to do it.
And I mean, the third act, I had said this to Jimmy. I don't know if Martin, you feel the same way. I felt the third act was rushed. Did you feel that
There was a lot going on.
Yeah, and I just mean like,
going on.
Okay, so we got this great backstory. We got this great shock of our character. Then we watched our character like go through the motions and have his daddy issues, which I totally sympathize with. and then like get to Tao. I think that's how they pronounced it. Apologies. And then when everything happens in the end in the third act, when he comes to take on his father, I felt that was kind of anticlimactic after all of this like begrudgingness that he has towards his dad takes place, and then it's all of a sudden, I took your rings. I wanted more.
Well, I'll say the soul suckers were pretty terrifying.
They
That seems like a horrible way to die.
even watching that dragon almost get its soul sucked out.
Like, what happens to you?
What, you just
That's
cease
terrifying.
to exist.
No,
I wonder
because
if you'd
he's
be like,
keeping your
when
soul.
with Dormammu, with Strange, maybe that's
Yeah.
it. You just go to like some alternate
That's horrible.
dimension where you're just getting tortured for life.
just on a loop.
That's horrible.
That would be horrible. What about let's end credit scene, right? What is Wong? What is Wong doing here? Like
Wong's got a big role.
He's got a huge role, and I don't know if it's a red herring or not. But him walking, like fighting Abomination and then leaving. I told you, Jimmy, in the theater, I was like, "What the fuck is what's Wong going to?" Right? I was concerned about that. But at the end, when Wong comes back and he's like, "Let's see the rings," and then they open up. I don't know. Like, do you guys think that's? I said multiverse because it looked like what a layman like me would think a multiverse looks like.
I don't know what they're gonna do with it. I don't know what it means. I really don't. I don't
Well,
have
it's
a
a
guess.
beacon, right? They said it's transmitting
Right.
to somebody. So who is it transmitting to? Is what we're trying to find out.
Galactus.
That's what I think too. I was like, is it Galactus?
How big does this
Galactus.
world fucking get?
World Eater. That's how big it gets.
And then how many worlds do we have? How many timelines how many Earths are we going to end up with DC shit where they're like Earth 1 and Earth 2 and
How is Blade gonna stop Galactus?
right? I don't know that interest and like okay, so you had Hulk, you had Captain Marvel, Wong,
And you had the one thing that I wanted to mention with that ends credit scene too. So now that we're mentioning characters, like you had Bruce Banner, but not Bruce Hulk out combined Hulk. You know,
Go
you
on
just had
that,
regular
yeah.
Bruce Banner in the sling.
What's your theory on that? When is Bruce Banner?
I don't know. I think he must still be recovering from the snap from Endgame. Maybe that's why he can't really maintain that. you know?
Okay, now I thought that too. Then I went to the funeral scene in Endgame, and
Mhm.
Hulk is there as Hulk with the sling.
Yeah.
So I think Martin's right about that because I wanted to find out when we last saw Bruce in this timeline because we were given, like, there was that that shot of Shang going into his apartment, and then it had the like the support group for blip people.
Right.
So they
yeah.
acknowledge the blip, and they acknowledge that it's after the blip, obviously. So it is after Bruce has gotten back, but before Bruce has turned the screws and completed Super Hulk, right? Where he's got human brain, but brute. So,
Mhm.
but when though? Like when is fucking when, Jimmy?
I don't know.
This stuff kills me because I love the movie, but at the same time I walk away and now I'm like Mark, and I just want to go down a fucking spiral of when is this taking place?
So now I want to see, like, I know I think people have talked about it on the internet, but I want to see like an X-Files type Marvel show, but now with Benedict Wong and then Alligator Loki and then maybe one other character, just going around solving mysteries of different like weird shit that's going on in the world.
That would be amazing.
That's the show everybody wants.
Is that the real Wong?
Yeah, I think so.
You think it's the real Wong?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that's not the real
I
Strange
think he's
in the
just gonna
trailer.
I think he's just gonna be more of a centered character in this universe, or in like in Phase 4 now.
I love how
They're
they just
really digging into that. Hey, in Phase 4, a lot
Yeah.
of like, especially in the TV shows, they're getting a lot of those like those I guess supporting characters as get bigger roles.
Exactly.
Like Darcy in what's her name in WandaVision.
Yeah.
From
That's
the Thor series.
That's what I
She's
think they're
getting a
doing with
bigger role.
Wong. Giving him a
Randall
bigger
Park's
role.
character, the FBI agent's getting a bigger role too.
Yeah.
they've been such NPCs for so long that they are now like, hey, well, you're what's left. And your contract's still active. Let's give you 47 fucking lines and some more backstory. I think Wong is going to be very much at the center of the philosophy behind the multiverse. I feel he's going to be the one who's like, we need to consult the texts, and
Exposition.
right, yeah,
Well, he's the master he's the guardian of the library, right?
Yeah.
exactly, and
He would have all that knowledge.
That's what I think he's gonna do for all these new characters.
And I think that's why Strange balances out so well with Wong, and they make such a great pair because Strange is an arrogant doctor and Wong is a philosophical librarian.
Yeah.
And they kind of yin and yang each other in that regard.
But you don't even think Doctor Strange is Doctor Strange right now.
No,
so.
I don't. Do you think that was Doctor Strange, Martin, in the Spider-Man
I
trailer?
don't know yet. It could be like it seems weird that he's doing it without and against it. Like it doesn't seem like it him, but that is
And
you know Stephen Strange's arrogance. Like I could do this.
Why
like,
do
I'm
you wink
smart
like a
enough and I'm
pervert
capable.
then? Why do you wink like a pervert?
I don't know.
I don't know.
No idea.
Why would he do that?
Why would he do that?
We'll
eh?
know shortly. We'll know when it comes out in December.
Oh,
We'll know
we're
in December.
so close.
We are so close
So
to.
wait, is Eternals next?
I believe
November.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's Eternals, Spider-Man, and then what?
Multiverse.
And then what?
didn't look that far. Don't know how far the multiverse goes.
I think it's Thor: Love and Thunder.
I think you're right.
Right? That makes sense?
Well,
That makes sense.
Which Thor: Love and Thunder being done is great because I read that he bulked up to do Hulk Hogan right after.
Cool.
So Hemsworth, Hulk Hogan. I'm gonna punch who's ever texting us. Sorry, listener. That's not supposed
Can you just
to.
mute that or something? Or
Yeah,
not have that?
she's done. I'm not gonna punch my wife, but whatever. All in all, Jimmy, you're back in the Marvel universe now.
It sucked me back in.
It sucked you back in. I never left. I was just hoping that the momentum would still be there, which it is, in my opinion. Martin, final thoughts?
I mean, I never left either. The momentum's still there for me. Like, it was last night. I didn't do anything. I just stayed home, and I wanted to rewatch the last, Avengers: Infinity Wars and Avengers: Endgame just because of Shang Chi, just the hype from that. So I wanted to relive some of the moments. And
Well, yeah, it's the last shit you got to kind of like
Yeah.
turn the juice up again and get some
Turn up the
interest in it.
juice.
Turn up the juice. Yeah, no, I give it 8.5 soul suckers out of 10.
Wow.
Jimmy?
Oof. Jeez. I think 8 is about right. 8 bus fights out of 10.
8 bus fights out of 10.
Yeah.
All right, Martin, what's your score?
I'm going between 8.5 to 9 pig chickens. Out of 10.
I hope they make that as a character. Like, I hope there's a line of everything has to have a line of toys. I'll buy that thing and rest my feet up on it.
It'll be a
I would-
Funko.
It would be so much fun. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, now that we've spoiled,
Give me a time here, Mike.
they'll give you time. Yeah, you're right. Okay, 37:10. 37:10 is the magic time for transition.
Is
So,
it?
Well, it is now.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, now that we've done our little mini review here in Ruined, you should probably go see Shang Chi. Is what we're all saying to you, I guess. And-
Shang-Chi.
Sh-
Like
Shang-
Sean?
with a G.
Shang.
This feels like the movie.
God damn it,
Sean?
Aquafina.
Shang.
Oh, we all know what character I am
Yeah.
from Shang-Chi.
There we go.
So yeah, go see it. It's a great fucking time. If you were like Jimmy, it will charm you
I
back
think
in.
so. It'll bring you back in.
And it's a great movie to see in the theater. This is not something.
It's just great to see an all Asian cast. That was pretty cool.
I love seeing that. I really do, because now I'm gonna get as authentic of a story from somebody else's culture as I'm gonna get. Right?
Yeah.
I know my shit. I've seen my shit on screen for far too fucking long. Right?
Everybody wins.
Everybody wins, and like in our theater, I don't know, in your theater, there was a thing where Simu was talking about just how this is celebrating culture and telling stories on the screen, and I was like, good for you. Like, I'm glad the movie theater is supporting that idea and not just, because if the movie theater supports it, then we know there's a home for the studio to make it, right? And everybody's on board. But yeah, I guess we should do what we came here to do.
Okay.
Let's preface this, ladies and gentlemen. So welcome to the debate. This is your first time. You're in for a doozy. If this is your 100 and yeah, it'll all come after.
At my signal, unleash hell.
Push it. Don't push it. I'll give you a war you won't believe.
Goldstein, give me a fat beat to beat my buddy's ass.
I know what kind of guy you were. I never would have agreed to work with you.
Are you gonna bark all day, little doggy? Or are you gonna bite? What was that? I'm sorry, I didn't catch you. Would you repeat it?
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
So if you're a fan of the circus, like we are, I came up with this idea. I think
I wouldn't say I'm a fan.
no,
of
you're
the
not a fan of the
circus.
circus. Martin,
I
are you a
wouldn't go
fan of
that
the
far.
circus?
Well, I like the circus in the sense of the Marvel circus.
Okay, fair enough.
Right?
Fair enough.
Jimmy, I should get a point for that. That's a Shang-Chi reference.
All right.
Welcome to the circus.
But like, I love how he's like, I should get a point for
I
that. Give me a
deserve a
point.
point.
You give me a point.
You got it.
But so true story. My uncle's was a clown in the Shrine Circus.
Jeez,
Oh.
I went there once, rode an elephant. Apparently, they do not like it.
No, they don't. And that's the heartbreaking part of the circus, right? Which was half of why I was like, maybe we'll impress the PETA people today. Because we picked fictional animals and characters to be in this instead of real ones that get hurt. Because the circus does suck for the animals. Like, let's not pull any punches
It
here.
just doesn't feel good. They don't like it.
No, they don't. But in having seen my uncle do the circus, he was actually the guy who drove the clown car for a bit.
Jeez,
That was his job.
that's a lot of pressure.
Was
Is it an automatic?
it's like the most bare
Can you
bone.
imagine if that was
It's a fucking
standard?
lawnmower.
Oh my god.
Right? Like just elbowing your
I
buddy in the
can't
dick.
shift.
There's too many. We need one less clown in the 10-person clown car.
I think there's like 14 of them, some stupid number. But anyways, so yeah, I had a lot of circus exposure as a kid. I'd go hang out with them. A lot of the clowns were drunk. That's a true story too.
Wow.
Like, they get fucking hammered before. Like you gotta get hammered before you go out there and act like a fucking moron. It just adds to your character. It makes you dirty clown, which is why I guess people are afraid of clowns. They met a drunk clown once, and
People are afraid of clowns because of John Wayne Gacy.
that's okay. There you go.
This is a serial killer podcast now. We're gonna do serial killer stories. We have transitioned greatly.
We big bait and switch.
Serial killers are trending right now on the internet.
Exactly.
I feel we should probably do a serial killer episode.
We're a serial
just to
killer
trend.
podcast.
Yeah, let's trend. Okay,
You
so
have to talk very softly about murder, like it's getting you off.
I've
I
listened
gotta
to
sound
a
like
few.
Terry Gross from NPR.
That's right.
or Lester from Dateline. I listened to the Dateline podcast. The big tall guy, Lester Burnham. I don't know. That's a movie character, I think.
Lester Burnham.
Anyways, he's got one
Lester
of those.
Bangs?
Lester Bangs. That's from Almost. Is that Almost Famous?
Yeah, that's the dude, what's his name? The radio guy.
Philip Seymour
Radio
Hoffman's
DJ.
character. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mike
All right.
gets a point. I'll
Thank
give Martin a
you.
point
There's
as
my first.
well.
It's the only point I'm getting today. The point of today's debate, though, was inspired by my time around the circus as a kid, and I thought, wouldn't it be fun to pontificate and argue and ridicule each other on what if we came up with our own circus?
How close were you to becoming Robin?
Well,
the Flying Graysons.
this-
the
this-
Flying
Like, did your
Petros.
whole family die in a trapeze act?
That's why I have PTSD from
The
the
clown
circus.
car
Yeah.
caught fire. Then a rich man adopted you.
That bear with the hat died in front of everybody, and it was a horrible experience for all. No, I was never that close to becoming Dick,
Right.
but it would be. I mean, it would be fun. Anyways, I didn't even include that in my debate. I should have included the fucking Flying Graysons. That would have been a great idea. Anyways, the point of today's debate, ladies and gentlemen,
Debates to date.
is we are going to make for you our own circus derived of some of our favorite movie characters and movie animals. So I believe, Martin, correct me if I'm wrong, we had to have a ringleader because every circus has a ringleader. We had to have like some sort of stunts. We had to have some sort of animal. We had to have like, you could go as far as you wanted, but we had to have kind of the basics, right, to build from that. So it was an animal attraction, a stunt, and a ringleader were your basics. Anything else, do whatever the fuck you want. TV, movie, totally allowed. No superpowers as always, because that just makes everything fucking easy. And I will go first for you, ladies and gentlemen. Let me bring up my notes here. This one is a mishmash, and the best part about it is that I haven't read it since I wrote it, because we were trying to do this like 3 weeks ago, and it didn't work out. So I just didn't go back to the well and bother to correct anything. So spelling mistakes and grammatically incorrect errors aside, this is going to be a fun one. All right, here we go. So, my animal act. We'll start there.
You wrote a lot, Mike, from what I saw.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
That's a
I
lot
can
of
see
writing.
Yeah,
it
you can
too.
see it from behind here. This. I'll be brief, guys.
This
We're not gonna,
never
yeah.
helps you.
No, my avatar animal act is a virtual reality animal experience because not everybody can ride the dragon
Why
from
not?
Avatar. Well, you can, but I mean, I don't have any waivers for this episode, so I don't.
All right.
I can't.
I'll critique you at the end. Keep going.
Anyways, but it basically the lights build, the smoke starts to come out, and you have this giant virtual reality experience where with the animal from the movie, we all know that you can tag into it and you can blend with any animal if you have an avatar suit. It's the same thing, but you're just plugging in through a VR experience.
Okay.
So all the kids, everybody in the crowd gets to pick one of the animals in the sky. They get to ride with it. So you are actually experiencing what it's like to ride a dragon without actually riding one of the avatar dragons. The finale move from all of this, the trainer taking off one, being flipped off, landing on a second Banshee, pulling an assortment of maneuvers, only to have said trainer leave the second Banshee again and be tossed to the last one, which leads to all three landing center ring to meet and greet for a ringside conversation.
Can I ask you a question, Mike?
Yeah.
So is your experience going to be like people log in virtually and sit in the audience, or are they going to be part of the show? Like, how does that work?
That's the only virtual aspect of it. I used VR just so that the entire room could experience what it's like, because I modeled this after riding an elephant, to tell you the truth.
Okay.
Right, where everybody gets
So,
to
but
come
you
down.
can plug in and be like the trainer who's riding this thing.
Exactly.
Like, you can see his
Yeah.
body and shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you experience the flips. You experience everything because the trainer and the dragon have the camera, like the point of view camera on them.
Never had to plug into an elephant.
Fair enough. But I figured it was a cheap and easy way to do it so that everybody had a good time. So that's my animal act for you, ladies and gentlemen. Then I was going to have a Saw-themed freak show.
Okay.
So I took from after the passing of John Kramer, there was a lot to take care of in his will, including but not limited to finding out what to do with all of his designs until I made a circus. Having found a dark website that sells the blueprints to some of the most evil contraptions, we decided to build a mock-up of them and offer a Saw street side view like you've never seen before. We'll have a rotating set of contraptions like the joint twister or the anecdote safe, where they are set up true to life as possible. Patrons will walk through getting up and close personal view and look at what a freak show might look like in 2021.
Neat.
So that was my little sideshow. Our
So can
stunt.
you give us
Go
an
ahead.
example of the sideshow? Like,
Yeah.
what I missed.
Okay, yeah. So anything that
Like,
you
give
want,
us
but
an example of what I would see in there.
I use the anecdote room where they all have to jump into the needles, and it would be set up like it had already happened. So like a freak show where you're walking by and you're seeing like the 3-headed fetus, or like the sword swallowing lady, stuff like that. But I would replace it with the Saw exhibitions, so people would either be simulating them or you would just be watching like a mock-up of one having just been done to experience what it would be like to like I'd have, like, for example, with the anecdote room on the side, I'd have a drawer where you could put your hands in, and it would be a dark drawer, but you could feel what it would feel like.
And it's spaghetti.
It's exactly. It's Jello, right? It's all those things. So it's like it's semi-virtual in that regard, where like you're experiencing it, but
It sounds really high budget and very low budget at the same time.
it is like you wouldn't. Like, I mean, like I said, I found these blueprints on a dark website,
Right.
so we're DIYing this. Like, it's not.
You're going to jail.
I'm going to jail. Someone's going to die. Some kid's going to have their hand come out with a bunch of like real needles. It'll be horrible.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm moving on to my stunt. I had the Jackass crew. Jackass crew. So seasoned stuntmen Johnny, Chris, and Steve-O have been grossing us
Who's
out.
Johnny Chris?
Johnny, Chris, and Steve-O. Chris
Oh.
Pontius, Steve-O, Johnny Knoxville. Yeah, okay, Johnny
Good old
Chris.
Johnny
yeah.
Chris.
Johnny Chris. So they've been
That's not
gross.
a person.
They've been grossing us out and making us groan for years. As part of their promotion for this year's Jackass, they've agreed to go on the road with our traveling circus to get the word out, to go see it and find out why they still get paid in their twilight years of their careers. So we'll have a cannonball, which is all fun and games till you land on a pile of banshee poop. I thought that was a great stunt.
Banshee.
You're gonna have all the banshee poop from my my VR experience, right? So the guys are gonna get launched out of a cannon, shot into a pile of banshee poop,
Right.
because that's what Steve-O does.
He likes his shit.
Yeah,
Likes
we
his
have
shit pranks.
We also have the clown car that all the clowns pile in and get out of. But once inside, filled with bees, and finally we'll have my personal favorite, the baby Avatar animal kick. So we're gonna get one of those Avatar horses,
Yeah.
and they'll have to walk up behind it and not get kicked. Very similar to the stuff you'd see.
How you gonna fucking plug into it, Mike?
No, this isn't plugging in. They
Alright.
just walk. They have to walk up. That's the stunt.
Okay.
They have to get close enough just to touch the animal. There's nothing about plugging in. But fuck you for telling me that.
How are
'cause
they gonna plug in, Mike?
My ring
They're
leader.
gonna use their Avatar tails.
Can I finish before I'm crucified? Fuck you both. So, my ringleader keeping all of this together was Burt Wonderstone.
Ooh.
So, bravado and arrogance come in spades with Burt. You can clearly see this in the first act of the movie, that he's all about himself while ditching out on his partner and then rotating out assistants constantly because he's not the problem. So I feel that he would be a great ringman in his twilight years, and we got him real cheap because nobody fucking wants him in Vegas anymore. So we picked him up on the cheap. What else do we have? His looks alone, the big flowing hair, the over-the-top suits, the magician's command is something that you want, right? We're going back to that old style of ringleader, except some clearly assholish traits are going to be
Right.
part. He's going to be hard to work with, but at least at the same time he's got the look. Like he passes
got
the
the
sniff
look.
test. He's also got his magic tricks, so he'll be in and out of the audience, interacting like a true magician. How they appear on stage and then they disappear into the crowd. He'll be doing shit like that, standing over you, fucking with you. Lastly, I had 2 more sideshow acts. I had a contortionist. I had Virginia Baker from Entrapment.
Okay.
So I just had her bending through a maze of laser beams, something that you'd walk by. There'd be I was thinking very Dumbo in my idea, like train cars, and all of the exhibits would be in them. And then I also had a strongman. I had the Mountain from Game of Thrones off the
You've
background.
kidnapped
Like,
him.
yeah, you've kidnapped him, and he's just ripping apart the Viper.
Like steel bars.
No, like the Viper.
Squishing heads.
He's just squishing
Yeah.
heads
Squishing
and ripping
heads.
people apart for your, like, obviously fake, but like it'll be like,
Real people.
ladies and gentlemen, that is my performance. That is my debate. I now give the floor to you, Mark.
Feed them to the pigs, Arron.
So is it an all VR experience?
No, it's not. It's in and out.
Oh.
Certain aspects are, certain aspects aren't. So the Banshee ride, the animal performance, that's VR. The Jackass stunt, that's not. That's real. The sideshows, those are all real. With virtual experiences, like the 4D kind of thing, right? Where you go and like the air will smell putrid, or the ground will feel weird. Like it immerses you into the environment.
You're
So,
just gonna make it smell like shit.
yeah, I'm just gonna take a shit and then and leave it hanging out to give the room some more flavor. So the only thing that is VR is just the performance of the Banshees.
Okay. I really like the VR aspect of your circus. I thought that was really well done because you get all of the experience and none of the risk.
Right?
You know? But I think what you should have done is put everything VR. I think you should have just made Jackass VR because that would have been cool to see in that first person when they're doing
You
the
can get
stunts.
dropped
All
in
you do is
poop.
plug in.
Okay. You know
And
what?
also with COVID, dude, you don't have to go. You could just do it all from the comfort of your own home. You know, like
Yeah.
if everything was VR, I think that would have been great. Your
Can I-
sideshow could have been VR. You could just walk into like a VR circus and just go around.
Can I just cut this out of the show and then be like, yeah, everything's VR, Martin?
And we're like, cool, Michael wins this week.
Because I thought that's what I thought you were going with it. And I thought the
Yeah.
VR, like that's the best part was the VR. I love the VR
You could do
experience.
the
Like I
saw
said,
traps
all of the
that way.
experience, none of the risk.
Yeah.
I now that you say that, it was just something I wanted to incorporate because I was thinking about all the times where I've been like, try this, and it's always like the lawsuits and the charges.
But you get rid of all that. 'cause now
Exactly.
It's all VR.
Exactly, but I didn't think beyond that where I was like what it would be like to be Johnny Knoxville getting kicked by a Avatar horse.
Or getting launched out of a cannon, seeing Steve-O getting launched out of a cannon. What does that feel like?
What does
And
it feel
see
like
that
to
with
snort
VR.
wasabi?
I know I told you it was Banshee poop, but it's actually my poop. Like all my poop
Um,
is involved in that.
So just some of the funny things I thought about with your debate as well. Your Avatar experience, I think it would go well with the bestiality crowd
I think so as well.
because like you're basically providing POV porn but with bestiality.
Yeah.
That's
Look
what
at
you're
me.
doing with
Look
that,
at
which
me.
is great. I thought that's I thought that would be hilarious.
You're
I
appealing to
wanted a
lot.
little bit more Avatar from your debates, but I mean, you drew from a bunch of different movies, so that's fine. And also to your Saw exhibition, that would go huge for the torture porn crowd.
Yes.
So I mean, VR
see.
torture porn, you're providing. I think people are going to see your circus, but for different reasons. That, they're not going to see it for the acts. They're going to see it to get off on all the bestiality and all the different subsects of sexuality that people are into.
Like I'm gonna market this for a family attendance, but I'm gonna end up with like those people.
You'll end up with Redditors, a bunch of Redditors. That's what you're going to end up with, the Reddit crowd.
Man, you know,
Good job. I really like the VR stuff. That was great.
Thank you. No, I agree with actually both your points, man. Like, yeah, because all of those things kind of do work well with a VR, and yeah, in a COVID world where you can't put everybody in a room, fucking sell that as an experience on my Oculus. Fuck, I was sitting in this room when I made this, staring at my Oculus. How did this not fucking come to my brain?
Because that's what, like, especially too, we're a movie podcast, right? A lot of people, I think, with technology, want to see. You don't want to be the main character in the movie and see what he sees and get his perspective. And I think with this is your shot to do that.
I also think you're drumming up a really good idea for another debate. Where what movie would you want to VR into?
Jeez.
Like what movie could be remade with a VR experience and why? That would be a great.
That'd be cool.
That'd be a great one.
Write that down.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's not. Well, it's recorded now, so that's the beauty of the podcast.
We'll never forget.
We'll never forget. This is how we work, ladies and gentlemen. Everything is literally as it comes. There's no planning at the Real Debaters. Jimmy, what do you got to say?
Man, I think Martin pretty much covered it all. Like it really could have been something special.
Oh, fuck you.
No, I really like the idea. I like the Saw stuff made me feel like one of those haunted houses where they make you sign a waiver first.
Yes.
And
yes.
I think there's a very niche market for that, but I think for people. And I think you're covering a lot of markets too.
No, I meant about my debate, you asshole.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh.
Talk about your Saw experience.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You idiot. Somebody doesn't have my vote.
Fair enough. Okay. All right. We didn't decide who's going next, so you guys can duke it out. Who wants to go next?
Jeez, you know what? The last time we did the wedding social one, I went last, and Martin should have went last. So I think I'll go this time.
Fair enough.
I am dangerously unprepared, but we'll see what happens.
Hey, dude, I didn't read mine for 2 weeks, so that's part of the fun of this.
Okay. Well, I picked Cat in the Hat because I feel like there's just lots to.
Yeah.
I mean, think of it as like a circus that you didn't really want to go to, and the whole time you're just kind of getting fucked with, and then at the end of it, it's like, yeah, that was okay. He put it all back together, and it worked out.
So, okay, go on.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, maybe you show up at this circus, right, and the Cat in the Hat, like, really fucks up your house while you're at the circus, and the circus isn't even Cat in the Hat. You're just at a random circus, and the Cat in the Hat shows up at your house.
So, okay, hang on. So your circus is a personal experience with the Cat in the Hat.
Yeah, but you don't actually see him at any point. Your children do.
So this is a kid's bit.
And you gave me $70.
So I give you money for the
Yeah.
Cat in the Hat to show up and create this environment.
You're actually just showing up to a tent over a house that's being fumigated. And I send the Cat in the Hat to your actual house.
Okay.
Or Walter White is making meth.
Yeah, exactly.
Carry on.
So maybe the Cat in the Hat gets to your house and he just fucking absolutely destroys it for no reason. And your children are freaking out and panicking, but it's okay because at the end of the movie he's going to fix it and you'll wake up from your fumigation nap, go home, and probably never see me again.
He fixes all the stuff in the end, though, right?
He does.
He does.
He does.
Yeah.
Everything works out.
I know Mike Myers is
Yeah.
the cat, which is a perfect, I guess,
Is it
ringleader.
Jim
for
Carrey?
it. Yeah.
I thought Jim Carrey was the Cat in the Hat.
No, Jim Carrey was Grinch.
Oh, Grinch.
Grinch. Yeah.
Same kind of situation.
Rick Baker for both, though.
So
for
now
makeup.
here it is, Michael. The
Yeah.
Cat in the Hat covers all bases of this.
This is where I was. Yeah. Okay. Take me through this. Take
Now,
Martin too.
he's your ringleader. He's your animal act. He's your sideshow attraction. He can really do it all. And I'm only giving him $20 each time, and he doesn't even do anything with it because he doesn't have a concept of money.
Is this turning into animal cruelty? Are you making this monkey
He's
dance
a
for your
person.
dollar?
He's a person.
Is he though?
And he's doing what he loves, arguably. And I don't let people ride him, Michael. They don't have to plug into him at all.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
It's
But
an
if you want to ride him, is the
experience.
option there?
You basically think of it as you're two parents,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You've had these kids for years. You're tired. You want a night out. You give me $70 and you show up at this circus, quote unquote, and I just send the Cat in the Hat to your house to basically babysit your kids for that price. And you don't even have to go to the circus, really. You can go to a diner. You can just take a nap. You can do whatever you want, knowing that everything's going to be fine in the end.
It kind of makes sense.
It's really a babysitter service if you think about it.
Masked as a circus.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I mean,
The circus is at your house, Michael.
if this was outside of this room, I wouldn't like it, but I like it inside of this room.
Think about it. You went a VR way where you don't have to leave your house. I made it so the circus comes to your house.
You know, Jimmy, you find it in the weirdest places.
I like it.
I do like it. I don't not like it. It's
Mm-hmm.
Do Do you have more to say, Jimmy, or can we?
Yeah.
Feed them to the pigs,
I
Arrow.
don't want to dig a hole here. I think I'm pretty happy with where I'm at.
Hey man, there's no timeline on this. So like,
Mhm,
if you want to succeed your time, me and Martin can.
Jeez, and I don't know, man. He's got sideshows. Look at Thing 1 and Thing 2. Like, they exist. I don't know what they do. They fuck shit up.
Oh, there goes my criticism because I was like, where's Thing 1 and Thing 2 in all of this? But you've.
He comes with sideshow attractions. I don't know where he carries them. He doesn't have pockets, but he seems to have a lot of things.
Martin, do you think he's got a pouch? I think he's got a pouch.
Like a kangaroo.
He's definitely got a pouch.
Slimy.
Do you think pouches are slimy?
They are.
I don't think they're slimy.
They are slimy.
They don't come out slimy though.
Google it, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
What animal has a slimy pouch?
What kangaroo have
Kangaroo.
you taken out of a pouch?
But it doesn't.
Kangaroo, sir.
Yeah, no, I know they come out of the pouch after, but when they go back in,
Yeah,
when they're still too
then they're
small.
slimy.
I've never seen. I need to Google what kangaroos look like when they come out of a pouch.
How many kangaroos have you seen? We live in rural Manitoba.
The 4 at the zoo. That's the 4. And I get as close as they let you, and then I'm like, oh, I smell a tangent. Okay, Martin, you go first. What do you? What? Anything bad to say? Because I'm.
Nothing really bad, just funny stuff. But I mean, what I liked about your debate there with Cat in the Hat is like that he has that pop-up ability, and I think the pop-up is a really big thing in today's culture. Like everyone's doing like pop-up bars, pop-up restaurants, pop-up performances.
Shit, that's
And
how
now
I
you got a
should've went
pop-up
with it.
circus.
Yeah.
You know, and when you said it's a one-man circus, my first thought went to like Mary Poppins with the Dick Van Dyke character, the one-man band. That's what I pictured Cat in the Hat doing with the circus. Which is really cool.
Nice.
And the only thing I had was a question for you, Jimmy. Why $70? Is that the price for Jimmy to babysit children? Is that
Well, that's the whole,
going rate?
right? Like,
Is that the going rate right now?
basically, look, I've done the math on this, Martin, and $70 is the perfect amount for this because it allows me to not only pay the Cat in the Hat, who also does this in his spare time, by the way. So it's not even like he needs this money
It's
or
a hobby.
he wants to do this. He loves doing it. So you're getting a great performance each time. So I get to give him money. I get to make a little bit, and your kids get watched. We're all happy.
My only thing is, I think you might have some, traumatizing experiences for children because he does provide a bit of a traumatizing experience left unsupervised. But
It
well,
works out in the end, and
you
you'll
won't see him
forget
again.
about him. You'll forget about this 6'2" cat that came to your house.
With a hat and nothing.
you'd be like, did that
else.
happen, or did we just do peyote? Like, what happened?
Exactly.
Well, you
Nope.
won't even know it. Like that's the beauty of it, right? Like it's this calamity that is
Did
this
that really
traveling
happen?
calamity.
Eventually, your kids will just think it was a dream, and you're good to go.
Martin, are you good? Do you have anything else? Because
No, I'm good.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna dovetail here with Martin and say that yeah, I do like the pop up aspect of it. Like it's minimal. It's got a small carbon footprint. It's traveling. It can be put in a suitcase. Clearly,
And he's never busy.
no, he's not. Like I don't. And this kind of experience, right? People like experience these days. They go to like when I go someplace, I want an experience for my money. I just don't want a thing, one or two.
Well, I almost did a whole Dr. Seuss circus, but I just couldn't put it all together.
Where were you?
I was
what
going to
did-
throw some Lorax in there.
Of course.
Maybe we all just look through a microscope at the people on the snowflake, the Who's,
How many fish?
How many fish?
Yeah, one
there's
fish.
one fish, two fish, and then I believe there's red fish and blue fish.
Did they all make the cut?
The red fish, blue fish, but no, I just painted numbers on a couple of goldfish.
I would have liked to have seen a full. Like both are good. Like if you're gonna concentrate, like green eggs and ham would be a bad whatever. Like
What do you think we serve?
but
You gotta eat something.
No popcorn.
No
green
pop-
eggs and
Just
ham.
Green eggs and ham.
no, I do. I was only gonna be like, hey man, where's thing 1 and thing 2? Because those are perfect. Those are perfect accoutrement to.
I caught you. Threw them in.
You did. No, I
Yeah.
was like, I'm gonna let you one more second. Otherwise, no. Fuck. Anyways, yeah. I want to bring your circus to the next house party I go to
And think about it. If your house is already dirty, by the end of the night, it'll be clean.
because he has to clean everything up.
Think about that. It's also a maid service. Wow.
Your time is up. You don't.
Wow.
All right. So Martin.
Wow.
Wow.
Martin has asked all of us to bring up our smartphones so that we can look at what each
Just
animal
you.
is. Just me.
Just
'Cause-
you.
Okay. Well, hey man, maybe there's people who haven't seen Detective Pokemon either. Pikachu, sorry.
Oh my God.
See, that's how much I haven't seen it. That's why I'm the only one to bring it up. Okay.
You weren't cool
Great
enough.
movie.
Mike, you look like you were just cool enough for Pokemon. What's going on here?
Again, a lot of the animation that predates this show just got missed. Just
Jimmy, he wasn't allowed to watch Simpsons.
yeah,
You're
man. Like I didn't have a good launch pad.
Was Pokemon a sin?
No, but because I was stunted with my animation, my mother stopped me from enjoying animation that is smart and enjoyable
You
and
poor
has.
boy.
Yeah, no, I was robbed, dude. My mother was like, "This is all bad," and
So
I
you
just
don't
I don't
know
think
about...
it wasn't avant-garde enough for him to
fuck.
watch it.
That's been a while. But-
Jeez. It is Pokemon's deep,
Yeah.
man. They got a character Brock. All of his Pokemon rocks.
Hmm.
Brock the Rock.
That's right.
I played the game for a minute. Like when it got on the phone, I was into it because I it's fun because it got
We
you
could
out of
have
the.
played that together.
We could go chase and
We're gonna play Apex together. It's no big deal.
yeah. Well, you just gotta get the headset working and everything is.
I'll
gonna
do it
come
while
out.
we're here.
Okay, thank you. But Martin has asked if you've never seen Detective Pikachu before, or any Pokemon character for that matter. If you have been living under Brock's rock forever, bring up your smartphone right now, ladies and gentlemen, so that we know what Martin is talking about, because these are not common characters, but it's probably the fucking one debate that's going to win this all. So, Martin, you have the floor.
It's a lot of pressure.
It is.
So, yeah, the movie I chose is Pokemon Detective Pikachu, and also I drew from the anime series as well, the Pokemon anime series from Japan. So, 2021, Pokemon rights activist organization Pokemon Are People 2, PP2, have lobbied for fair wages for Pokemon who provide
an
their
acronym.
skills and service.
Okay, I'm with you so far.
I'm with you.
My ringleader will be obviously Detective Pikachu, but when he's voiced by Ryan Reynolds,
Right.
Of
he'll
course.
be my ringleader. My event is going to be called the Pocket Monster Circus.
Oh, I like that.
That's what the Pokemon is short for in the Japanese animation series.
Oh,
Pocket
cool.
Monster.
More you know.
Yeah. So it's gonna be similar to like a Cirque du Soleil type of circus, not your traditional. It'll be a bit more acrobatic and storytelling type. So similar to what Cirque du Soleil did when they had Michael Jackson and the Beatles type shows.
Oh.
We're gonna be doing one featuring all water type Pokemon, only water type Pokemon.
And they're a band.
And the music.
And they're a band.
No, it's gonna be like a acrobatic kind of performance and storytelling.
Okay. He's doing-
the music that'll
is-
go to all the water type Pokemons. It's all gonna be Aqua songs, that band from the 90s.
Okay, this is amazing, but this is like a play on O from Cirque du Soleil, right? Like
Yeah,
the water
yeah, a
show.
little bit.
Okay, this is
Little
smart.
bit.
I like this.
Smart.
Yeah, I smell a winner. Go on.
So the story will evolve around the journey of the Squirtle Squad. Look that up, Mike. They're super cute. They're awesome.
I just brought up water-based Pokemon. I'm all
They
over
wear
this shit.
shades.
They're
They wear shades, yes.
adorable. As the tiny turtle Pokemon, Squirtle is native to the Kanto region. Squirtle is one of the first of 3 starter Pokemon on the blue and red version. Go on.
You were given
So
a
for
Pokemon
those of you who
history.
don't know the story of the Squirtle Squad, basically they were Pokemon who were abandoned by their trainers. So this circus is going to be the journey of them to find their own kind in the wild in search of a new home. So it's going to be kind of like a travel buddy kind of storytelling experience.
Interesting.
So what will happen is just like every buddy travel show, they'll encounter various characters along the way, and all the characters will be other water-based type Pokemon. So obviously all Aqua songs. So the first song that'll introduce the Squirtle Squad will be Dr. Jones. This is a very fun song that Aqua sings. It'll be very comedic, a lot of slapstick, type dance numbers with lots of pratfalls. Another song will be the song, one of the popular songs from Aqua, Barbie Girl, where the Squirtle Squad meet Vaporeon. Look that up, Mike. Vaporeon. It's another type, water type Pokemon. Basically, it looks like if like a dog fucked a sea creature, and it's something that looks like someone will carry in their purse with them. Very
what's the spelling of this?
Vaporeon.
VAP.
Very pleasant looking, very feminine looking.
Do you want to fuck
I just-
Vaporeon?
Oh wow, she's cute.
Oh my
The
god.
bestiality is carrying over to this one.
No kidding. My circus and your
Um,
circus are gonna fucking go on the road together.
So what I hear, with this kind of, I guess, dance number, I picture like, and acrobatics, I picture like the Squirtles all trying to win over Vaporeon's attention, following her around a lot, kind of like that Benny Hill gag that people following around one person.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Would you look at the Funko of it? 'Cause
Another
love
encounter
Funko.
will be done through the song will be the song Aquarius, which is a bit more of a mellow tune from the Aqua Library. It'll feature the Pokemon that they will encounter here will be Gyarados.
Jeez.
One of the Pokemon that will assist in this, it'll be Mewtwo, who has a telekinesis ability. So what he'll be doing is he'll be suspending 4 large spheres of water that Gyarados can, swim through, and it'll be all suspended in the air, so he can swim through in the air, and you can see that like in kind of like a 3D kind of thing.
Yeah,
So that would be pretty cool.
Gyarados is like badass, man. He looks like a dragon.
Yeah, it'll be moving around like majestically through each sphere and stuff like that, and then when the Squirtles finally get to their destination and they find their home, the home Turtle Island, filled with other Squirtles, other War Turtles, and Blastoises. Mike, those other two, basically, they're evolved forms of Squirtles, so Pokemon can evolve when they gain experience.
Dude, I'm like Blastoise. With the likes of
and-
legendary whale Kyogre and iconic Gen starter Blastoise in their ranks, trainers have plenty to choose from when it comes to water types.
So they get to their destination. It's a happy moment for the Squirtle Squad, and the song I picked, the Aqua song I picked, will be the song "Happy Boys and Happy Girls."
Of course.
And for my final number, like the big, finale, it'll be just all the Pokemon you encounter will come back on stage, and the song they will be doing it to, it will be called "Cartoon Heroes," the Aqua song "Cartoon
Yes,
Heroes,"
good
which
choice.
is a fun song. And yeah, that's basically my circus.
Jeez.
Jimmy, you want to go first?
Freedom to the
I like
pigs,
how we all
though.
went very different with it. Each circus is quite different. I like how you went with a water theme. I like how you went with like kind of a SeaWorld kind of feel. Like that would be very cool. I don't know if a Pokemon episode ever had something like that, but very cool. Very cool idea.
Yeah, he did like the Green Day American Idiot musical circus version of it, where it's a storytelling.
It's a deep cut.
Well, but like it's the story of Barbie girl,
right,
as a cartoon hero, both boys and girls. Like you're using the
done by the Squirtle Squad.
Done by the Squirtle Squad. Like I do love it is Cirque du Soleil with Pokemon, which is very circus. Like Cirque du Soleil uses one of the oldest forms of, like with the trapeze and the acrobatics and the flips and stuff. Like they are rooted in that fucking Martin.
I wish you had. My only critique is I wish you had the Squirtle Squad also playing the music.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
I don't know enough to criticize its idea, but I guess my only it's water's always fun.
Are you who's the trainer here?
There's no trainer because you don't need trainers anymore, so they're just
wow.
The ringleader is Detective Pikachu, right? So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he's technically the trainer.
Technically, but there's really no. They're like I said, it's.
Are they paid equally?
They're all paid equally. I mean,
Okay.
it's like
the
I said,
Rolling
they're all
Stones.
paid based on their services that they provide.
Detective Pikachu, won't he get? My fear is that he will get tired of this and search for a new case.
So this is what I was gonna bring up, but I didn't. I was thinking about it, but this won't be the only one. I wanted to do like a fire theme with all fire Pokemon, all ghost Pokemon, all rock Pokemon, like different types of.
Depending on the seasons.
He wants to expand his empire.
Yeah,
I like that.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do the fire Pokemon in the winter.
Yeah. Exactly.
Are Pokemon hard to train, Jimmy?
Jeez, you know what, Mike? It does take some time. It does take quite a bit of time.
So, okay, nothing wrong with performance and interest and story. All of those things are fucking grand. And the reason I asked Jimmy, because I didn't know if Martin would say the same thing. But all I'm saying is it costly to do this? Would it be expensive?
I
What's
mean,
my
if
ticket?
we're charging more than
Yeah.
$70, what a Cirque du Soleil charge for their tickets? That's what we're charging.
I would hope.
ticket
Yeah,
price,
I would
it
hope
is.
you were going to say that.
I don't know. Look, I tried to think of a reasonable price for a circus, and $70 seemed okay.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Does
Then
that
We'll be
not
charging
sound
Cirque du
right?
Soleil prices basically.
Okay.
For
Okay.
tickets.
All right.
I think that's reasonable too.
Will you do the Vegas thing and like buy one at full
Yeah,
price?
eventually
second
we'll have
one
a
half price?
residency and stuff like that, and
Okay.
having different
Okay.
shows going around.
Yeah, no, I mean, I go see a Cirque show every time I can see one. I can't.
See a Pokemon perform, but they do not fight. Yes.
No, they don't fight.
Okay.
No. Do they get along?
no
Like,
fighting.
do all of these
It's
animals?
a show
Is there any
run by
backstage-
Pokemon, starring Pokemon.
So is there any like backstage arguments over who should be like the head of the Squirtle squad and like who's not
Yeah.
who's not hitting
Is there
the
any
right
infighting?
pitch and who missed their cue? Like, is there
Yeah.
any infighting between them?
Is
There's
there a
no
lo-
infighting.
is there a lot of egos in the room?
There's no humans. It's just Pokemons.
I know, but
Pokemons are people
there's,
too.
Look, there's a head wolf in a wolf pack.
Touche.
Certainly, one of those of the Squirtle squad thinks he's top shit.
Yeah, one's reaching for the microphone more than the other five
Exactly.
are.
One has been dipping a little too much in the nose candy.
That's,
There you go. Yeah,
that's
yeah.
right.
One of them's got to be Brett Michaels.
I'm gonna evolve one day, man. You just wait.
I don't know. I don't want to give you an ace because I gave you one last time.
I don't know if it's an ace. I don't know if it's not Transformers and GoBots getting married. It's not that. And I think we can all agree.
I love that.
It's a very good debate, but it's not marriage between two races of robots.
He was bridging gaps with that one. He
He
was
really was.
very socially conscious. He was like, I'm going to bring two communities together that have nothing in common.
Impressive.
Oh, no, totally. Fuck. And you're right, Jimmy. Like I love that. Like I went with the more carny version. You went with the pop-up hip new age version. Martin went with a classic French version. Like
Classic French.
But those are all things that are rooted in your, like I had a big top in mind, right? Like I had a Dumbo big top in my head when all of this was happening, and like one room where everything occurs, and you know.
Someday when we have fan interaction, we're gonna have them vote on these. And
We are.
It'll be different.
You can
I'm
right now,
excited.
guys. Like there's nothing stopping you.
I mean, Martin will still win, but it'll be different.
My only goal for this debate was I hope more people listen to Aqua.
They're rolling through town in like 2 weeks. That like
Is that
90s,
true?
the 90s, like
Right, with Aquabat.
with Electric Circus.
Yeah.
Is doing a whole like Monica Deal will be there, and they're doing.
Is
a
that
whole,
is she related to Ronnie James Dio?
no.
Hold a diver.
Well, I'm good with Martin. Are you good with Martin?
Yeah, I think Martin wins this week.
I'm pretty sure he does. Well, there's a 2-vote system this week, and ladies and gentlemen, we obviously are
Just
one
ladies.
Just ladies. I'm just talking to you, ladies. We are one short this week, but it doesn't fucking matter because we've figured out some fun ways to land on ties. So we've agreed that this week, if there is a tie in any way in the voting process,
And there isn't.
There isn't. I don't think there is this time. I was really hoping, but if there is, we are using the Blockbuster Games head-to-head cards. The tying members will have a head-to-head based on a movie topic, which again, Jimmy, I don't think we will. But the two-tier voting system this week is: one, would you go to this circus? So
Yeah.
out of the 3 of them, like, which one would you want to go to? And then secondly, which is the best one? Which one incorporates the best things? Which one has the best ideas? Which one, is seamless, just like a really good movie? So, Martin, do you
So first one we're voting is going to, right?
Going to, exactly,
Okay.
yeah. And I think you just hold up your vote because we're looking at you like you're a person now, and we'll
I'm just
hold
gonna
up.
type it in chat.
You didn't type it in chat? Okay, fine.
Okay.
Yeah, not a
I already typed it up, so.
Oh, you did? Okay, perfect. All right. So, I'm gonna
Sorry, so it's going to, and what's the other?
which one would you like to go to, and which one is the best? Like,
Okay.
which one wins the
Best debate.
Best debate. And then-
Oh, okay. Well, that's
The
interesting.
traditional. The second one's the
okay.
traditional
I was
voting
just
one.
sick and tired of not getting any points, so I was
Oh,
like,
so-
let's add another question.
Well, as for our references point system, Martin wins this week with 3. Mike had 1, and I had 0.
Ooh. I thought you had one, Jimmy. Didn't you have one?
I did
Oh,
not
you
have
had a really good reference.
I didn't get a point this week.
Hmm.
I know. Disappointed in myself.
So, I think the
You
room.
spent too much time on
here-
Cat in the Hat.
That's
why.
right.
So I think I'm good with my answer, and Jimmy, you look like you're good with yours.
Hold on.
For the first one.
was the
Okay.
first one.
Yeah, I'm prepared.
All right.
Just let me
so-
know when to hit enter.
Yep, definitely. I'm gonna type in. Show me yours, Jimmy, so I can. Yeah, there we go. So perfect. Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, we are done with our patented voting process here, and we have come to our decision. So we're gonna throw it up in the chat room here. So for the one that you would want to go to, and feel free to send us a remark on this if you want at therealdebaters@gmail.com what you think, because Jimmy's right, the fan voting system should be included in this, and we'd love to hear from you guys. But for the room here, we have come to a conclusion for the one that we would want to go to. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we've got me.
Oh.
We've got me. And we've got me. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody wants to go to my fucking circus. Martin,
If
why?
it's all VR.
Well,
If
you
it-
didn't
it's all
vote for
VR.
yourself.
Okay, yeah. That's true. I was counting the wrong one, but whatever. Well, thanks, guys. That makes me feel special.
Gets a half win this week.
It's but Martin says it's all if it's all in VR. Why does it have to be all in VR? What's the whatever?
It's not too late to change.
It's not too late to change.
We still voted for it, Mike. You still got the vote.
I
all
said
right.
go to because it just seems like there's so many different things you can do
Yeah.
at Mike's. Like there's just so many different experiences and things you can enjoy, and there's something for everybody.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate
You
it.
should call your circus things to do at Mike's.
Some shit to do at Mike's.
Shit in my backyard. Welcome
There
to the
is
circus.
a lot of shit at Mike's.
Yeah, I took a shit to make it smell like shit. Moving on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is for the whole pie, the fucking trophy, the one that you would want, like the best one, the one that wins it all. So on the count of 3, ladies and gentlemen, 1, 2, 3. I've got. We got Jimmy's pop up from Martin.
Hey,
What do we got from Jimmy?
I voted Martin as well.
All right.
Wait, did you vote Martin?
I haven't put mine in yet
Oh.
because I wanted to kind of do a little bit of a suspenseful
Oh, okay.
piece of shit here. I'm also going Martin as
Okay.
well, too. Martin, you win. We don't have to fucking do trivia this week, you bastard.
Hooray!
No, it just, like, dude, it really is my favorite thing to do in Vegas. And I didn't want to say that while you were going, but it is honestly,
To
I
see
love.
the dolphins on the water show.
No, the people in the water show. Like the humans diving in and out of that shit. That's what's really fun.
And they still feed them live fish.
What are we? Are we still talking about dolphins? But yeah, no, it was just it was a great experience, and Pokemon are a lot of fun. They're mythical. They're fantasy. They would be like to see one of those things up close for the first time in real life. That's resetting Jurassic Park all
Although
over again.
lick-a-tongue, terrifying.
What's a lick-a-tongue?
You're gonna need to
Just
Google
licks
that
you.
one, Mike.
All right, I'll check it out.
Watch
You need to
Detective
Google that
Pikachu.
one. Yep, you could just watch Detective Pikachu also.
Jimmy, are you in the same ballpark as me, or is there anything that I missed on why Martin?
No, I think
deserved to
Martin
win?
pretty much covered it all. He took the circus, he made it into his own idea, and just picked the absolute right movie.
Martin, why'd you pick Jimmy's? Obviously the pop-up, but anything else?
I like how it's a bunch of different services in one. So it's a babysitter service. It's also a cleaning service.
It's got a little bit of everything. Whatever you need. I mean, I just mess up my house on purpose, so when he gets there, it's already trashed.
I mean, you're already paying the $70. Might as well get your money's worth, right?
That's right. It's a good, fair price for a circus ticket.
I think kids need to have more action than just what their cell phones and TVs can do. So I think
Boom.
for an
Why not ruin their life for an afternoon?
well, yeah, but like having fun in your own home, like it would teach them how to like in this way that you formed it, it would give kids an imagination. They would have shit to do. They just wouldn't be boxed into being,
That's right.
falling down a social media hole or some shit. They'd have to put because I don't think he's fun to really put up with all the time. Like those kids kind of seemed annoyed.
Oh, yeah.
I remember them not being all like, "Hey, man, this is great that we've got this intruder who
He's a
decided to
danger.
fuck up our shit." But yeah, like eventually you. So it's a very learning experience. I can't talk about it seriously anymore.
Just a big cat.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is another Real Debaters production for you this week. We hope you've been entertained. We hope you liked our circuses. If you have any ideas on this show that you want to submit that you think should have won, feel free to email us at the Gmail address, the Real Debaters at the Gmail. Man, I'm getting old. At the Real Debaters at gmail.com. You can follow us on social media. Follow Jimmy and Martin on social media, guys. These guys do comedy in Vancouver and in Winnipeg.
That's true.
So if you want to see Jimmy's really funny shit that he won't do on the show because he doesn't think it's worth it. No, I'm just kidding. Go see him. Do stand up in Winnipeg, and you can reach out to us and find out when those dates are, as well as Martin too. Follow us on social media at Real Debaters to find out when they're doing their shit. All the show notes have everything if you want to support us. If you've liked what you've heard and you're like, hey, I really want to hear more. I like this dumb shit that these guys come up with. All we ask is that you subscribe, right? Subscribe to the show. Let us show up in your favorite podcast player each week.
Yeah.
And listen to our shit. But if you feel like going a step further, There's two things you can do. Jimmy, what's one of them?
You can give us some money on our Patreon.
Yes.
We have a few tiers, few levels for you. We got the $1 level, the $2 level, and what's the does it go up to 5?
The max is 5, because any more than fucking 5, and I just think people would be crazy.
Yeah,
it's just too much.
Don't fund us.
But $5 gets you, like, we'll make fun of your family and friends on the show if you send us their movie tastes, and $2 gets you
Pick
like,
an idea for the show.
Yeah, like
when's that tier?
That's the $5 tier as well too.
Alright,
Like
yeah.
you can do a lot with the $5 one. You can embarrass the family. You can embarrass the friends, which is like the same thing, and then you can like ask us to do a show in your name and help us like plan out the rules and shit. So you can be involved in the making of it, and then and then we'll dedicate that show to you or a loved one or whatever, right? Like, so that's the kind of fun stuff that we wanna do with you guys. And then the other way to do it, Martin, is to shop, right?
Buy a skateboard deck.
Yes. Did you guys know, if you've been listening long enough, the skateboards now come fully assembled?
Is that true?
It's true.
Wow.
Yeah, I added it to the prop shop thing.
I wanted us to be the Build-A-Bear of skateboard decks, though.
That's a fucking smart idea, man. That's a pop-up right there.
Real debater skateboard.
Yeah, you go to the prop shop, click it in the show notes, and yeah, that's it. That's all we're gonna say on that, right? If you like what you hear, it's a labor of love. This is not free, but it's also not expensive, but it does come with costs, and you get to be like a co-executive producer and shit. I have rambled long enough. Thank you for tuning in. Find us wherever you find your podcasts. I've been Michael Petrow.
Later, fam. This has been Jim Jam, the Gambling Man.
And Vancouver, who's out there?
Squirtle Squad Nose Candy.
Oh my God, that'd be fun. Ladies and gentlemen, watch all the movies. We're gone.
Good stuff.